For months, U.S. spies had been monitoring Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's every move. Then in early December, a mission called Operation Absolute Resolve was finalized. It was the result of months of meticulous planning and rehearsals, which even included elite U.S. troops creating an exact full-size replica of Maduro's Caracas fortress to practice their entry routes. With the precise details set, top military officials waited for the optimal conditions to launch. They wanted to maximize the element of surprise. There was a false start 4 days earlier when U.S. President Donald Trump gave approval, but they opted to wait for better weather and less cloud cover. The order from the president to begin the mission finally came on Friday. What followed was a 2-hour and 20-minute mission by air, land, and sea that stunned many in Washington and around the world.
Operation that only the United States could do. It required the utmost of precision and integration within our joint force. And the word integration does not explain the sheer complexity of such a mission. An extraction so precise it involved more than 150 aircraft launching across the Western Hemisphere in close coordination, all coming together in time and place to layer effects for a single purpose: to get an interdiction force into downtown Caracas while maintaining the element of tactical surprise.
More than 150 aircraft, including bombers, fighter jets, and reconnaissance planes, were deployed through the course of the night. U.S. cut the power in Caracas before the mission began. Then loud explosions were heard in Caracas at about 2 a.m. local time. Videos showed a convoy of helicopters flying at low altitude over Venezuela's capital as smoke rose from detonations. As strikes rang out around Caracas, U.S. forces made their way into the city. They included members of the elite Delta Force, the U.S. military's top special mission unit. They were heavily armed and even carried a blowtorch in case they had to cut through the metal doors of Maduro's safe house. The troops arrived at Maduro's location shortly after the strikes began at 2:01 a.m. local time. The troops took fire when they arrived, and one of the U.S. helicopters was hit but was still able to fly. In Maduro's compound, as elite U.S. troops flooded in, Trump said the Venezuelan president attempted to flee to a safe room.
These highly trained warriors operating in collaboration with U.S. law enforcement caught them in a very ready position. They were waiting for us. They knew we had many ships out in the sea, just sort of waiting. They knew we were coming. So they were in a ready, what's called a ready position, but they were completely overwhelmed and very quickly incapacitated.
Trump did not follow the mission from the White House Situation Room. Instead, he was surrounded by his advisors at his Mar-a-Lago club in Palm Beach, Florida, where he watched a live stream of the operation flanked by CIA Director John Ratcliffe and U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history. And if you think about it, we've done some other good ones, like the attack on Soleimani, the attack on al-Baghdadi, and the obliteration and decimation of the Iran nuclear sites just recently in an operation known as Midnight Hammer. All perfectly executed and done. No nation in the world could achieve what America achieved yesterday, or frankly, in just a short period of time. All Venezuelan military capacities were rendered powerless as the men and women of our military, working with U.S. law enforcement, successfully captured Maduro in the dead of night.
Maduro and his wife, Cilia Flores, were placed aboard the USS Iwo Jima, which stopped at the U.S. military base in Guantanamo Bay. The base, sometimes referred to as Gitmo, is in southeastern Cuba and is home to the notorious detention camp. There, Maduro and his wife were transferred to a plane, which landed at Stewart Air National Guard Base in New York on Saturday evening.
Been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.